it's Angel and welcome back to Making Baby Taylor. And today I'm going to talk to you about what's on my phone, why I switched from an iPhone to Android, and what I'm picking as my next upgrade. Alright guys, so for several years I was an iPhone user. I started back in 2009, a couple months after we got married, and we got the iPhone 3GS, and then we got the 4, and then we got the 4S, and Justin actually got the 5. And when I was getting ready to upgrade again, Justin started talking more and more about Android and wanting to switch to Android. So he convinced me to do that. And here are the reasons why I decided to switch to Android. The biggest reason was expandable memory. The standard iPhone was only, I think, 16 gigs, and to get anything large enough to meet my needs was a lot of money. And I really liked that Android had the possibility of having expandable memory, so you could just buy a micro SD card and put that in your phone and have more space. And the micro SD cards are very inexpensive. In fact, the one that I got with my phone that day was about $10 for 32 gigs. The second reason that I wanted to switch to Android was the Kids Mode app. So with my iPhone, I knew that it had the possibility of locking my son into the app that I had on there for him. The downside to that is they are stuck in just that app. So if they want to go between a couple different apps they like to play with, then they need your help to do the password to get out of it, and it was kind of annoying for me. And I wanted to give him a little bit more freedom without him being able to have free reign over my entire phone. Enter Kids Mode. So once you go into Kids Mode, this is what it looks like. So if you go into the parent settings here, it'll show you your child's profile, their name, their birth date. It'll show you what things they played and for how many minutes. And you can also tell it which apps to add in here for them to be able to access. You can't add in regular YouTube, but you can add in YouTube Kids, which I think is better anyway. A few of the game apps, and we had educational apps on here. And so he's really enjoyed playing with it, but since they have tablets now, we've had those apps on their tablets instead. I took all their apps off except for the Bad Piggies. But they can go here and make music, which is really fun. And then when you want to go out of it, it requires the parent PIN to get out of it. And the third major reason I chose Android and why I specifically got the Samsung Galaxy S5 is that it was waterproof, which when you have toddlers is a very helpful feature. In fact, my first iPhone 4S got ruined by ending up in a bowl of milk, and the milk got all over the inside of the phone via the charging port, and it was ruined, and I had to buy a new one because they couldn't fix it. And so I liked that it gave me the peace of mind that I didn't have to worry about every little bit of water. I could use this when it's raining, or, you know, when we were watching World of Color and there's all that mist and whatever. It just gave me a lot more flexibility to just be free and enjoy my phone without worrying about it. Also, supposedly the camera was supposed to be better, so I was looking forward to having a better camera. In my experience, I didn't really feel like the camera was any better than the 4S. In fact, I actually kind of felt like it was worse. The main reason being I really missed how you can lock the focus on an iPhone by holding down the screen where you want it to focus. It is completely impossible on the Galaxy S5 anyway. When I got this phone, Kerrigan was 5 months old, and I don't know if you have babies or you know, taking pictures of babies is really hard. They move around a lot, and so you end up with a lot of blurry photos. And so not being able to lock the focus meant that I missed a lot of pictures entirely because she would move and then my phone would go, hang on, I gotta focus real quick. And so a lot of times I couldn't even take a picture at all, or if I did, it was blurry. It was really hard to get decent pictures with this phone, especially when it's pictures of my kids because they're just rambunctious. But even besides that, just in lower light situations, just many situations, the pictures were often blurry, just not very good. The video was not very good. It just wasn't great. But I still, for the most part, enjoyed my phone. And I'm just going to do real quick over what apps and things I have on this phone, and then at the very end I'm going to reveal what phone I decided to get for my next upgrade. Did I decide to stick with Android, or did I miss the iPhone so much I decided to go back? So here's my phone up close. You can see it's definitely seen better days. And I'm missing that little flap that makes it totally waterproof. I don't know if you can tell, but there's damage inside there. I'm not really sure exactly what happened, but one day I tried to charge my phone and it didn't work, and it never worked since. So hence why I had to buy this other battery and this, little case thing that charges the battery separately. You just plug that into a cord just like you would the phone, and it charges up that battery. And since you can remove the back, you just switch out the battery back and forth, which was pretty annoying, but at least I could actually use my phone instead of it being totally useless without being able to charge it. Alright, so let's get started in looking at what's on the phone itself. Starting with my lock screen, I have this picture of our family that I had taken a little bit after Kerrigan turned 1, so it's over a year old. If you look real closely, there's this scrolling thing that says, if found, call this number. I usually have my husband's phone number there, but obviously I changed that for privacy reasons for this video. Alright, so I just put that there just so I have it in airplane mode because I've already switched over to my new phone. So I just wanted to sit down and record this video real quick before I officially switch all the way over. But most everything should still function because of my Wi-Fi connection. So basically, as you can see, I have it still like pretty much what the default was when you get the phone, and that's partially because some things I just didn't know how to do, and some things I just didn't really care about changing. I know a lot of people choose Android because they want to be able to customize their phones a lot. It doesn't really matter much to me. Looking a little bit closer, you see there's the weather widget, which comes standard and is usually on the home screen just like this, and I thought it was a nice place for it, so I left it there. So let's jump right in here. So of course I've got the setting in the upper left hand corner because I just like it there. And then up for the next thing over, I have my folder of fun games. Now this is something that has always annoyed me ever since I've had this phone. I'm not sure why some icons don't work and just show the SD card. Anyway, so I've got Candy Crush Soda. I really like all the Candy Crush games. And this one, I've got the Bad Piggies on here for the kids. That's one of their favorite apps. I used to have a lot more kid apps on here before I got the kids their own tablets. I've got the Heads Up app, and I do have a couple of added decks like the Friends deck. I played this with one of the moms at the YouTube Mommy Meetup Collab Camp, which is Jubes 26. It was a lot of fun. I'm going to have that video up here in the near future, so if you don't want to miss that, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you can see that. I also have the Best Fiends, and no, this is not a sponsored video, it's just a game I really like to play. Disneytsum. It's one of my very, very favorite game apps that I've ever played, but I have made quite a few videos of me playing this game, so if you're curious more about how the gameplay is for that, you want to see it in action, I'm going to link down below in the description and also in the cards up above so that you can check that out if you'd like. And then lastly, I have this new game, Emoji Blitz. To me, this game is like a cross between the Disneytsum and Candy Crush. And how creating certain shapes makes special items that do special jobs, just like Candy Crush. But then it's timed like the Disneytsum, and obviously, aside from the obvious that they are Disney characters, it's also similar to Disneytsum in that you earn the coins to collect the different characters, and that each character has their own special skill that does certain things. Speaking of another game, up here we've got the Pokemon Go. I know this has really taken the world by storm, and I've really enjoyed playing it with my husband. My kids really enjoy playing it with us as well. We went on so many walks as a family around our neighborhood. Joined on July 9th, and we've both made it to level 23 so far. It's been fun to explore, especially during our road trip across the country. We went all over the place, caught so many awesome Pokemon and saw so many awesome places, and it's just been a lot of fun. Next up is Snapchat. Now, I had been wanting to get into Snapchat for a long time, but I couldn't figure out how to make it work. It's just not very user-friendly, so I didn't know what I was doing. But when we got to Rhode Island, we had some friends who were really into it, and they showed me how to use it. So if you aren't following us already, there's my Snap code. You can come check us out. I don't snap quite as often as I used to because we've been busy lately, but I'm hoping to get back into the habit of doing it more often again. Next, we've got my calendar. And of course, I've got my Gmail account. I've got it linked to all 3 of my accounts, which is my personal account and then my 2 accounts for each of my 2 YouTube channels, which is this one and our family vlog. It's the Taylor Crew. That's also linked down in the description below if you want to go check that out. I've got Waze. I like using Waze for our GPS uses, especially because it will navigate you away from traffic and whatnot. This was very invaluable for us when we were on our road trip. And it's got the turn-by-turn navigation, and we set up our Bluetooth through our car speaker so that we can hear it through the stereo system. So even if we're listening to music, it'll still come up on the speakers and give us our turn-by-turn directions. Next, I got this folder for photo stuff. So of course I've got the gallery, which has all the pictures that I've taken. PhotoGrid is the one I like to use to make the layout so that you can put together a picture. It can do some with quite a few pictures in it, which is really cool. And PhotoGrid is a really user-friendly and easy one to use. Of course, Instagram, I go through spurts where I post a lot and then other times where I won't post for a while. And I just love it. It was really great to have during our travels across the country. So you can see we were in Indianapolis and Philadelphia. And just so many memories with Pokemon Go, with Rhode Island, with my other cross-country road trip with my sister from San Diego to Rhode Island. We did a lot of cool stuff that time too. And Snapseed is what I like to use to edit my pictures. The really cool thing about it is because the camera on this phone is not that great, a lot of pictures get a little bit blurry. So on this one you can go here. This is all the different things you can do to edit your picture. But the great thing is details. It helps sharpen your pictures for you so they look a little bit crisper. I used to have a few others on here, but because I was running out of space, I started paring down just to the apps I use the very most. So of course Facebook, everyone's got Facebook. I love having it at my fingertips, and then I like putting the camera there and my text messages there. On the next screen over, I have the clock, which I use mainly just to set alarms. I've got the visual voicemail, which just doesn't work as good as the Apple one. It's very finicky. And YouTube, of course I've got YouTube. I used to have the Creator app, but again, because I was running out of space, I deleted that because I can still do a little bit of functionality for my channel. I can go to notifications and sometimes I can reply to comments, so I don't necessarily need it per se. I've got the internet browser here, Twitter, of course, and I've tried to be better about tweeting more frequently again, but it is linked to my channel, so it does of course always tweet when I upload them and move things into playlists. Next there is Cartwheel, because who doesn't love saving some money? I really love using it to stack deals. I've saved $265 so far. Got this flashlight. I rarely use it, I'm not gonna lie. Then I've got this screen recorder app. I got that so that I could record the screen for Pokemon Go and for Disneytsum because I used to record it just like this with it in front of the camera, and it's awkward trying to play that game in front of the camera.
I've got the memos. I like using them for shopping lists. This is from a shopping list back in the summer. I like using it for video ideas, for, you know, just reminders to myself. The calculator, I do actually use that here and there. I used to have a lot more in here, but I still have the Starbucks one because I do like to earn my stars. Of course, the Facebook Messenger, Navy Federal Credit Union. I've got the Play Store. I'm not gonna lie, I really dislike Google Play. I don't like how difficult and annoying it is to get songs that I purchased onto my phone into my music app to use offline. So most of the time I just listen to Pandora, which does use data unfortunately, but so far we've been on an unlimited data plan, so it wasn't as much of an issue. I got a lot of the bloatware, just the Google and AT&T stuff. The contacts, I don't really go to that. Usually if I'm looking at contacts, I'm going through the phone anyway. Line is an app I had to download for the Disneytsum. Then that's what I had to download to get emojis on my keyboard. And then there's Google Rewards. Lifetime earn $46 in less than 2 years is pretty cool. Free money. So I used to use what I earned to either download music or for in-app purchases for Disneytsum. I also used it for in-app purchases for Pokemon Go. So that's everything there.
So what do you guys think I'm gonna get next? If you want to take a guess, go ahead and leave it down in the comments. Alright, so dun, da, da, da. I decided to go back to iPhone. I just really missed it. I also am so excited about the camera. It's so much better than what I've been using the past almost 2 years. I'm really stoked about that. I am really excited that the iPhone 7 has the waterproofness now. So one of the main reasons why I switched to Android is now available with Apple too. So I'm really excited about this. I am going to make a video where I unbox this and also a new what's on my iPhone video for you once I get all my goodies on here and show you really what I like to use when I have enough room to have it all on there. So definitely be on the lookout for that video. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already so you don't miss it. Let me know down in the comments below if you are an Android or an iPhone person and what apps you recommend so I can check those out. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Bye!
Stove or oven or whatever making the main dish, and it's nice and convenient to just be able to pop this in the microwave and have it cook separately. I usually put it in towards the end of the other stuff being ready so that everything's ready at the same time. Speaking of things you can pop in the microwave, I like these little Chinese food things. At our commissary they're only $1.25, so that's a really good deal I think. I like making these for lunch because I just pop it in. You don't even have to unwrap it first, you just throw it in the microwave for 4 or 5 minutes depending on the flavor, and then it's ready to eat and they're actually pretty tasty. But these two, the shrimp fried rice and broccoli, are the only two that I actually like. I've tried a couple others and